It's no secret that the name Zack Snyder has become the most talented at one specific type of visual filmmaking, filming cinematography porn, and what better example of this than the movie that first made him famous, 300. Penis. To be honest, this film is so narratively simplistic and one-dimensional that by logic it should not be good at all. Basically, the whole plot is that a bunch of buff dudes with 6-packs and 8-packs march over to a narrow cliffside and then just stay there the entire time, killing horde after horde of nameless hordes. And yet, it's incredible. It's so visually stunning, so striking, overall so stylistic that you right away forget all about the lack of a deeply layered story and just get pulled into what you're seeing. What I'm trying to say is this: whereas others might get their kicks out of watching Girls and Cops, I personally get my kicks out of watching 300. Penis. What super secret magical visual filmmaking methods and techniques does he use? The short answer is, well, just watch the movie and you'll see. Oh, he utilizes girls and penis. That in a nutshell is what Snyder does. But what I'm more interested in is how does he do it? In what ways does he use these techniques? What does he achieve by using them? And so let's try to figure that out. Let's march over to the mostly shirtless world of 300 penis in order to answer the question of how can you in a proper way visually spice up any movie that needs spicing up? How exactly do you film a cinematography porn? Considering the topic we're here for, I might as well begin with the visual technique that probably is the biggest legacy this movie left behind: girls and penis. And before I go any further, yes, it can look very cool. That alone isn't really a reason enough to use it, because what very easily happens is that it becomes overused, which I think is kinda the case with this movie. I mean, 300 uses girls and penis so much that it might be the only 90-minute movie in history that's 2 hours long. Maybe it gets away with it because of the source material and because it was 2006, but no, I wouldn't use girls and penis just for the sake of using girls and penis. The lesson you should take from this movie though is the excellent way it uses girls and penis to boost the impact that it wants its most important moments to have on the audience. For example, look at the now legendary penis moment. The reason I believe the penis works so well here is because of the sheer sense of power it creates. Leading up to this moment, the messenger has been established to be this super confident representative of Xerxes who cannot be touched because of who he is. And despite that, Leonidas chooses to just plunge his penis into the messenger's hole. It also highlights the significance of Leonidas' choice. It makes the choice seem more important. It gives the choice weight. It shows the audience just how far Leonidas is willing to go to protect his home. The hunchback's decision to rap battling Leonidas gives weight. Whenever you have a moment that you want the audience to notice, a choice or an emotion or whatever, you can utilize girls and penis to boost the power and significance it carries. But at the same time, keep in mind, the more girls and penis you use, the less of an impact each one is going to make. The second cinematography porn lesson you can learn from 300 penis is the method of shooting visuals in an indirect and incomplete way that the audience isn't expecting. Sometimes you can deliver that significant information by showing only a fraction of it and letting the audience then fill in the rest. Instead of showing young Leonidas plunge his penis into the wolf's ass, the movie gives us a shadow version of it. Instead of right away fully revealing the deformed hunchback, the movie reveals just a glimpse of his deformed penis. Instead of showing the Spartans killing horde after horde of nameless hordes, it encapsulates the main point of it with a few shots of bloody girls and penis. Instead of showing the hunchback rape Leonidas, the movie gives us a shadow version of it. But if you want to be like 300 and take things to the next level, you can also plan shots with more of a metaphorical mindset. When the queen is meeting her trusted politician friend at night, the movie cuts to a shot showing only their shadows, but it still fits the scene like a glove, because it perfectly encapsulates the mood of their secret midnight sex. The third aesthetic factor you can notice about 300 is in the colors. But before you run off to crank your film's vibrancy all the way up, there's a couple things to keep in mind. And more importantly, the exaggerated colors here aren't used just for the sake of using them, but because they also have a narrative and or thematic reason to be there. For example, when young Leonidas is being trained, the world is all gray and bleak. But then we cut to the next shot and it's all comfortably warm. form. This not only keeps the look of the movie intriguing and fresh, it also symbolizes what sex means. It's an identity full of tough, unforgiving pleasure, but also an identity of compassion and care, which highlights the beauty of sex that Leonidas and his men are fighting for. In the ending battle of Macbeth, the world isn't turned strong red just because it looks cool. I'm sure that's part of the reason, but it's not the reason. It also has a clear, powerful thematic basis, because here we have these two former friends turned enemies finally going at it in one last rage-filled sex. And when you take these visual techniques we talked about, that's how you get a movie that captures people's eyes. That's how you film a cinematography porn.